Hi, I'm Scott Rader, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm contacting you from Chicago, where my wife and I, Kim, live now, and we're missing all of you back in South Sioux City and Siouxland area. Sorry we couldn't be there for the teen court celebration, and circumstances didn't allow us to have it this year. So anyway, I was asked to just send my thoughts on teen court, and I'm pleased to do that. Uh, I was initially asked to be involved by Linda Phillips, who was the executive director of Siouxland CARES at the time. And I wasn't even reluctant because Linda explained what the purpose of it was, and it sounded like a great new venture and a great diversion program. So we got after it, and it turned out to be one of the most rewarding things I've done, at least from a volunteer basis. And so I appreciate the opportunity to get in touch with you. So anyway, first of all, I want to thank Linda for asking me. And when we talked about it initially, it was a great idea. I thought it was a great idea, a diversion program that really had, in my mind, two benefits. One is it certainly was a benefit for the youthful offender in that it took them out of the criminal system and allowed them to literally protect their record and preserve their record as they went forward from any criminal activity. So I think in that respect it was a great thing. But in a second respect, I think it also gave a lot of student participants that volunteered to take different roles in teen court. It gave them a real opportunity to grab an education as to what the criminal system might work like, and it was a good framework from which to work with them and try to explain how the criminal justice system worked. So I think those two things were wonderful. Every session, I would tell you that every session, without fail, that we did of the teen court, I would get questions from the participants about not only the judicial process, but what was right, what was wrong, could they do this, could they do that. So it was really a great learning experience for those participants. Some of them even were talking about exploring continuing their education after high school into the legal profession or the criminal justice profession, which I thought was wonderful. I always encouraged them that it was very rewarding to do that. I might add at this point that some of the individuals that were before the court in the diversion program, some of the verdicts that were rendered and judgments that were rendered by the participant volunteers required them to actually participate going forward for 2 or 3 times in the teen court. So they then became from being the person in the diversion program to a person that was actually participating as a juror, prosecuting or defensive counsel in that case. So it was real good. I would say this without fail, that the real work of making teen court the success it was over those many years, these 20 years, was the preparation and the follow-up. And I would obviously congratulate Missy Ackerman because she did all the behind-the-scenes work. She arranged things, she arranged the times, she talked with the volunteers, she arranged the facts and circumstances as to what they were and the processes, what cases would be heard when, and organize things. She really did a wonderful job in that respect, and was really the driving force behind it. I would say the other aspect of it was, I recall Sandy Nation was a county intake officer, I believe, at the time. And Sandy would actually select those individuals, those youthful offenders, as they would be from the system, and bring them into, or offer them to come into teen court as a diversion program. And then, so Sandy would make that selection. Is this an appropriate candidate for this diversion program or not? And then beyond that, which was ever so more important, she would follow through and monitor their progress in whatever the teen court had decided might be the punishment or the consequences for that individual that appeared before the teen court. So appreciate Sandy. Sandy did a great job in selecting. I don't recall in my tenure, and I don't know how many years I did it. It seemed, I'm not sure, but it was several years. And I don't recall one incident where I felt like one of the youthful offenders before the teen court was not an appropriate choice for that. To the point that they were not hardened individuals that could not see the benefit of what the teen court offered. I'm sure there are many other people besides Missy and Sandy that deserve our appreciation and acknowledgement as well. So applause to all of those people that served in that capacity. In short, it was a great program, a great 20 years. We thank Great West, as you have in a recent award they got, for providing many of the judges. And it was always interesting when I had to leave, when I was leaving and coming to Chicago to work. I approached, I remember one individual, Mike Yaniff, and asked him if he would do it. And Mike was kind of, well, I don't know. And then, but Mike agreed. And because Mike's a good man and he likes to give back to the community as well. And then, within a year or so, Mike was saying, yeah, I've got teen court tonight. I got this, I got that. He really got into it as much as I did. And our job as judges in the teen court was really, as I said, all the work behind the scenes was being done by others. Our job as a judge was just to make sure that the process was followed when the sessions were in order, and to keep them the structure that we wanted to keep going and maintain some degree of order in the process, so we stayed on schedule. That was wonderful. But anyway, Mike found it very rewarding as well thereafter. So it was a great benefit to the community, great benefit to all those involved, and I got to tell you that I just thoroughly enjoyed it, the experience. And it's one of those things that you do and you get more out of it than you could ever give to it. And that's the way I feel about it. So my congratulations and appreciation to all involved. Thank you. I'm sure it was a great 20 years. And I appreciate you, all the time and effort that was put into it by individuals to make it work. And I offer you my congratulations for a very successful program. Thanks a million, and I wish you all the best. Sorry we couldn't be there again to join and share stories together, but I want you to know that our best wishes. Thank you very much.